Bonjour Y'all. Welcome to Wellness for Everybody. I'm Amanda. Today I'm going to show you some exercises to help strengthen your shoulder girdle. If you remember, if you've been following me, I've been dealing with an injury for a little while now, and it's been scapular bursitis, which led me to have a lot of weakness in my shoulder girdle. So what I'm going to share with you today is some of the exercises that my physical therapist had me doing, and that way this is stuff you can add into your everyday workout routine just to keep from anything major happening. If you have strength, you work on stretching, injuries are less likely. I just ended up having it. COVID may have been an issue according to the doctors. We don't know. That's just what happens. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have a ball. Tennis ball will work, anything that's a little pliable. You don't want it so solid that it doesn't give any. I wouldn't go any bigger than this size. I got this from Five Below. Probably get them from Walmart, any place like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ball against the wall and place it right in the scapula. So where the shoulder blade goes here, that's where I want it. And I'm going to take my feet out and I'm basically going to do wall sits. And I'm basically massaging that muscle that runs behind the shoulder blade and making it a little bit more pliable so it's more easily acceptable with the stretches and exercises we're about to do. When you do this, make sure you work both sides because we don't want to just focus on one side, we want to make both sides strong. And usually you can do this for usually I'd say about a minute, so 30 seconds on both sides. Once you're done with that, the first thing we're going to do is our lovely rotator cuff exercises. We're going to do external. I'm going to show you one side because I would have to flip around to the other side. And I'm just going to show you both, one side, remember to do both. So I've got my band through a door here to hold it in place. If you have anything sturdy enough, you can tie it to that and it'll be fine. So I've got it to where my elbow's bent at 90 degrees. I'm holding here and I'm just going to pull out. And now if this helps, you can place a water bottle here or rolled up towel or anything to keep your elbow from flying up. But we're just going to hold our arm against our body and pull out and let it go back in control. When we do these, you want to do about 15 on each side, about 3 sets of those. And just pull out and control release. And you're really going to feel it in this area if you don't have a lot of strength here. A lot of times when we work out, this is a very easily overlooked muscle is the rotator cuff because we don't think about it. It's not one of the muscles that we see that make us attractive or anything like that. We don't see that muscle, we don't think about it. All right, next thing I'm going to show you is with our bands. You can use the same band, I'm just using a separate one so I don't have to undo it from the door. And we're going to take the band out. Now the closer your hands are, the more difficult it is. We're going to pull and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together as we do it. Make sure you're breathing through this. And again, I'd say about 12 to 15, 3 sets of those. Once you've done those, then we're going to open diagonally. Hands are coming to the center. 12 to 15, 3 sets of those. And other side as well. And if you want to mix these up, you can. So you could go out and just like that. And then you're doing all 15 over 12, 15 together, 3 sets of those. All right? So now we're going to go to the floor. I'm going to show you a couple of exercises down here. Give me just a second to set up and I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. We're on the floor. We're going to lay back and we're going to do something similar to crunches, but it's not a full crunch and we're only using our arms. The purpose of this is to put the focus on our upper back shoulder blade area to deliver the stress. So we're laying back. I'm on the back of my arms, and I'm going to take this and push. Now notice I'm not getting very far because I'm not working my abs. I'm not using my abs to get up. I'm only using my arms. I have small, short arms. I'm not going to go very far. But it's taking that focus and putting stress on the shoulder blade area. And same thing with these. You want to do about 12 to 15, 3 sets. All right? The next thing I'm going to show you is a variation of the external rotator cuff exercise. If you don't have anywhere to tie up your band, if you have a water bottle, 2-pound weight, 1-pound weight, whatever you have available to you, you can lay on your side just like this, resting your arm on your side, your weight's in your hand, and you're just going to lift just like this. And it's doing the same work, but now you don't have to control that arm from coming out. It's already rested. And again, with these, this is really a muscle stressor because we don't do these often. You want to do a minimum of 15 on these. 3 sets, 15 to 20, okay? And make sure you're doing both sides on all of these. I'm just showing you these different exercises, but you want to make sure you're doing both sides on everything that we do. All right, the last one I'm going to show you. When you're starting off, do this with no weight. As you feel yourself getting stronger, you can add a little weight. If you have access to like a massage table or a bed, this works great. You can hang off the edge so you give your arms a little bit more room to relax down. I'm going to show you how I started laying. I was obviously on a physical therapist table, but I'm going to do this on my mat. So I'm going to lay flat. I'm going to take my arms, and they're going to go up, overhead, and as I pull down, just like I'm doing a lat pull down, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades, and they're relaxing. Up, overhead, down and squeeze, and relax. Up, overhead, down and squeeze, and relax. All right, so those are the few things that I started with throughout my time of healing from the scapular bursitis that caused me a lot of weakness. When I first went to her, she did the strength test on me and was able to push my arms out everywhere. Within 3 weeks or so, all that weakness was gone. I had my strength back. Do these if you plan on doing this. If you don't have any injuries as it is, you're just working on it to strengthen and make sure you prevent any injuries, you can mix it in about a couple of times a week. You don't have to do every single exercise every time you do it. Just pick 1, 2 and go with it just to keep the movement in there. If you're working with not necessarily an injury, but something hurts or you haven't stretched in a while and you just feel tight, as long as you know or have seen a doctor and it is not a specific injury where you don't need to be doing anything, I would do it every day. But make sure from your doctor that it is okay to do any of these exercises, that it's not anything that could cause a greater injury. If you've got any more questions on any of this stuff, I have a couple more exercises that I have been doing throughout the course of my therapy, and I'd be glad to share those with you. But for now, those are the ones that we have learned today that I started with. So if you like what you've seen, if you've learned anything, make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time on Wellness for Everybody.